Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed part 4. This is part 5. More power to you. We need to do some claps or something and do some wiggles and this type of thing, or did you get your wiggles out when you were having a break, or I like to do my little exercises for my arms here, this twist, kind of loosen you up so that you can sit and focus on something else. And that's kind of like what you like to do with your kids. You see that they're just kind of sitting there like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do this anymore. You get them up, you get them moving. Let's do some exercises, everybody. Woo, let's have fun. And they love it too because it helps them refocus. Okay, enough of that. All right, back to class dojo. Okay, we're gonna share sound just in case. And here we go. So, oh, it's hiding under here now. I need to move this tab, I think. We're going to move it here. Okay. So, okay. We talked about the students in the groups. We talked about all this up here. We've gone through the toolkits. Now, attendance is something very simple. You can mark all present and then you save attendance. Okay, let's say you save attendance. And then you're like, oh, darn it. Somebody is actually not here today. So you can change their absentee to present, absent, tardy, or left early. Okay. So let's say Jennifer has come late to school, then this means that this Jennifer is late. Okay. If Jennifer left early or came really halfway through the day, you would click on that. This is present, this is absent, this is tardy, and this is left halfway through the school. Okay. All right. So save attendance. All right. Now, that's really easy. That's all it is. And the school has access to it and you're done for the days. It's not hard. All right. If you want to select multiple, click above to select. Okay. I want to select Beyonce, Jennifer, and Quirky and give them feedback. Okay, that's this. All right. Random would be selecting random, just like I said. Jennifer needs to get points attached to her thing. Okay. This is for redeeming points. Timer, we've talked about the timer. This is a 5-minute stopwatch and countdown. So if you want the countdown to 5 minutes or the stopwatch, how long is it going to take for you to sit quiet? Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not very fast. It's very slow. Okay, all right. Now, big ideas is the activities like I showed you before. And these are big ideas, big conversations. And this is getting your kids ready for that growth mindset, empathy, and more. Okay, like I said, I use this basically for my social studies lessons, which is great for me. If you get started, you can see your brain is like a muscle, the magic of mistakes, the incredible power of yet. What am I missing? Certain different things like this are here. I think this is just minimal though. I think there are more. You just have to search for them. But you can start with these. These are fun. Becoming a goal setter. Reflection triangles. Does everyone make mistakes? I've done this one with my kids. This is a lot of fun. It would be great for the big kids because I think they'd understand it better. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of different things that you can do with that. All right. That's the big activities button on the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna close that one out. All right, so that's this. All right, so we've covered basically all of the dashboard except for the part where we look up here. So we have our student login if you want to log in your students. You have family connections, okay? You want to invite families, and you have your options. Okay. So I'm just going to go through the menu items. I'm not going to explain anything in particular because I want this to be short and sweet so that you can go in and explore. All right. So student login. All right. This basically gives you this menu, and these are just your students. Okay. They're not connected yet. You want to give them their login. Okay. So if you go here and get your login, it brings up a screen that shows what? It shows login instructions. And all the children have to do is take their camera, point it on the QR code, and it automatically gives them a link where they can click. All right. So that's how you connect your kids. And that's the easiest process ever, believe me. Okay, let's say you guys have your classroom computers in the classroom. You don't have your own tablets in the classroom and you want students to log in, then you would use this button. And what this does is it confirms the QR sign-in. You enter a text code. You can enter text code or QR or sign in with Google, but that would be only if kids have their own Google accounts. All right, confirm text code sign in, and the class can enter this code and then they would find their name. So if they enter this code, dot, 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 okay, all right, that's what they would do, okay. Then after they do that, they would log in and they would find which student they are in the app. Now with the little kids, this is fine because they're not really going to want to go into somebody else's portfolio or information. And so you can pretty much from grades like preschool all the way up to like, or grade 1, grade 2, maybe not grade 3, but grade 1 and grade 2, pretty much they will stay in their own avatar. They won't go in and try to hack someone else's avatar. Grade 3, they start that, but you try to explain to them that that's personal space and we don't want to invade that. But, sometimes they get it. Well, instead, like if they lose their login information, kids lose their login information and they need their login and they need their QR code, you would do an at-home login instruction with them instead. And this way you just hit, let's say Jennifer Lopez lost her login instructions. Now you can get printouts, you can share with mom and dad, but you just have to click on Jennifer Lopez. It comes to a screen that says this, and that's just Jennifer's login instructions for home. That's it. So she's found her login, she goes back and she doesn't have access to any of the student accounts. All right. Okay, so yoo-hoo, where are you? Okay, so okay, let's close that one out. All right, so we're back to this. All right, so that's the home login. All right, this is just for students. Remember, just for students. And how did we get here, guys? Do you remember? We went here to, I think, adding students. No, that's not it. Student login. Okay. Family connections. You want to add families. Now, if you are lucky enough to have the parent's email or phone number, that's easy. You can invite them that way. You can do class invite link. If you want to put it like into a WhatsApp group, there's a link there. Individual printouts. And these are going to go to mom and dad. These are not going to the kids. These are going to mom and dad. So mom and dad have their own page so that you can send them messages and the kids have their own pages. Okay. And then options. Options are you want to edit the class, view reports. So edit class would just be if you want to edit the names of your students. You can see it's this you want to edit. Okay. The review reports. This is reports for the class. So you can see here that the whole class needs to work on if you cannot say something nice. And there is a one positive working hard. And it also shows you who gave the points. Miss Marissa gave working hard to Beyonce, and if you can't say something nice, to Denzel. That's for the teacher to see. Students don't see that, just the teacher. You can view it as a spreadsheet, which would go down as a class dojo report. Okay, giving you the data you need to see how your students are doing so far. Okay, and that spreadsheet looks like this after Excel opens, which I'm not a huge Excel person. I would actually benefit from taking an Excel for Dummies class. Okay, but this tells you if you understand Excel, that's what this says. Okay. You can print it out, and you can look at attendance, which is really neat. You can see your attendance for all of the week. You can see it for this last week, you know, and this type of thing. Did you take attendance? Oops, I forgot. I need to go back to my records, see who's here, who's not. Okay, and this is basically what your administrator might see if they are using Class Dojo for their attendance. Okay, you can see it by Denzel Washington. This is his there, and Denzel, you know, did he print out? You want to see anything else? Just this is just the. This is just this, okay? This talks about last month, the custom date range, and to see has his behavior improved over the last month or two, or has it still not improved yet? All right, this would be connect your students, add co-teachers. So here you can add all of your teachers that are usually in your school. If you want, you can, if all of your teachers have joined against the demo account, so these teachers are just demo teachers, okay? And okay, so there we have it. Okay, there's that. Okay, and reset points. Now, when you reset the points, this is what happens. Now, these kids only have one here, right? Okay, I want to reset Denzel and Beyonce's points, reset points. If I reset the points, the kids go down to 0. That's it. They can't get those points back. So if you're doing a reward, what I like to do here is I have this thing where I say, I do a skill and I do an icon, which is like this or something, and minus reward points. And the system will only allow you to do up to 5. So you could do minus reward points, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So when your children earn a reward that you've set in the class, then they can get those points only subtracted for those things. Okay, you can let parents see which points. And do you want your parents to see the positive points only, the no points, or all the points? And those are what you can get as well. Okay, so that's giving feedback. And then display settings. Okay, do you want the avatar size to be humongous? Okay, or is middle okay? When I do humongous, this is what it looks like. They're not so big, but display settings. I think maybe I have to save it. Okay, so if I want it really big so I can really see the kids, maybe I just had eye surgery, then I see them really big. Okay, but if I want to see it, it's okay. I don't need to see all of their names and whatnot because my eyesight is at 20/20. Then maybe I will bring this down here. So that's what that does. You can sort your student order by first name or last name. You can hide the last names, show award notifications for positive and need work, and the award sounds, your point bubbles, okay, the save. All right, so that usually you won't have to go into that. It's just I'm going over what the buttons are here in the dash. All right, here's your account settings, and here you can refer a teacher. So account settings would be, this is the teacher. You can edit your photo. And again, I wrote Miss Green Marissa because I don't want, I want the children and the parents to call me Miss Marissa and not Miss Green. If you do it in the order with your first name as your first name and your surname or your last name as your last name, in the system, it will refer you to that first name. So if you're Mr. Evers or Mr. George, if you want the kids to call you Mr. George, you're going to have to put your Evers in the first name column and Mr. George in the last name column. And that way it'll say Mr. George on your profile and for all the students and parents. But if you want to be called Mr. Evers, then do it like the normal way. Okay? Your account settings, you can change your password, you can change your language and region. You can change your messaging, which is an amazing thing to have. You can have quiet hours after 10 p.m. All my notifications are muted. I don't hear anybody. I'm oblivious to what's going on. Okay, I can mute my notifications. I can have restatus is on. This is when this is on, families can see that you read their message. Okay, and message history and message paint. Why is it important to have a message history? This is documentation, guys. This is what you said. I've talked to their parents and they haven't answered back. Comments. Class-wide comment settings have moved. They're not here anymore. Advanced. Active devices. You want to see which devices are on Class Dojo right now in your group. You can view all. Ooh, look at this. Active devices. This computer, all these other ones are ones that I worked on in my thing. Okay. Allow parent connection requests. Experimental features. Now, these are experimental through Class Dojo. You can opt to have them on or off. You can go to full screen mode or you can go to desktop notifications. Right? It's up to you as a teacher. I have them off because they're not important. And then of course, eventually one day, maybe, I don't know if you're going to delete your account or you're going to set up a new one, you just delete. Okay. And of course, no application would be complete without its privacy terms and policies. Okay. So again, if you are confused, please stop the video, pause it, go back. That's the glorious thing about YouTube, is that it doesn't have to be something that you get all at once. It could be a complete overload for you, but this is the last in the series for me. I hope you enjoyed it. My email will be in the description if you want to contact me here in Tashkent regarding school information. You can use my email account for that, or you can catch me on my professional account, which is also underneath, which is attached to my webpage and everything else. It's there as well. Just have fun with it. It can be really fun. You can do lots of different things with your students, with your kids, with your parents. It's a great way for moms and dads to stay in tune of what's going on in the classroom. So I wish you have a wonderful year with Class Dojo, and I hope someday you can share this valuable information with any colleagues in the future. Okay, thanks so much. Out. I'm going out. Oh, I have to stop share. I got all excited. Oh. Okay, have a great day. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.